Hey, it's Matt the Florida Boy back with you. Right now, as we speak, the hurricane is going through Wilmington, North Carolina. I hope everybody's safe and got out of harm's way. Today, I'm going to show you how to tie the 1-minute ridge line using two of the easiest knots you'll ever learn. One is 2 half hitches and a bite, and the other one's using a trucker's hitch. Now, I'm going to tie this ridge line using this heavy 3/8 inch nylon rope. This isn't the easiest stuff to work with. If I was going to be using paracord, it would be a lot easier. But this just goes to show you, if this was all you had, you could make it work. And using those 2 knots, you can use this for virtually anything. Tying down furniture, tying a canoe to the top of your car, making shelters, anything. So let's go back and see if I can tie a ridge line in 1 minute. All right, let's talk about the knots that I used. I used 2 knots. Couldn't be easier. This knot is 2 half hitches with a bite. YouTube is full of fancy dancy knots that are hard to tie and that are hard to learn to tie. This is one of the most basic and easiest to use knots, and it comes apart just this fast. Okay, it's very easy to tie. You go around the tree. You can either do 2 overs or 2 unders. So you go over, pull, over, bite, and pull it. And you're done. Once again, so you can see it, go around the tree, go over, and through. Okay. Go over the rope again, and under, and pull your bite. Pull it tight. Now let's go see what I did on the other side. All right, now we're going to tie our good old handy dandy trucker's hitch. Right over here, we've got our 2 half hitches with a bite, and we can pull that sucker as tight as we want to. But this is one of the easiest knots to learn. Everybody should learn how to tie this knot because it's very, very versatile. So what we're going to do is we're going to go down here, we're going to grab some line, twist it, lay it over, pull our loop. Okay, take the tag end of our line, put it through the loop, pull it, get it up to where we want. Okay, and now we have our 3-to-1 advantage. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now we're going to pull it, crank it tight, grab these, toss it over, pull through a loop, trucker's hitch. Now that is tight. All right, let's go back and talk about what we learned. All right, back here in the workbench. Man, it's still hot back in them woods, but that's a good example of how to tie a quick and easy ridge line using 2 knots. I used 2 half hitches with a bite, and I used a basic trucker's hitch. Now, it was a little harder because I tied it using this 3/8 inch nylon rope. If I would have tied that using paracord, it would have been a lot faster and a lot smoother. This rope is not easy to work with, but if you're tying a canoe to the top of your car, or you're tying down furniture, or you're tying up a shelter, whatever you're tying up, those 2 knots are the easiest 2 knots to tie. Everybody should know how to tie a trucker's hitch by now, and everybody should know how to use our 2 half hitches with a bite. So there we go. YouTube is full of fancy knots, and I'm here to tell you, you just don't need them. Now, You should learn how to tie a bowline, and you should know how to use a bowline. You should know how to use a bowline with a toggle and a running bowline, and you should know how to use a lark's head, and you should know how to use a marlin spike, and you should know how to use a taut line hitch. Those are really good hitches, and we're going to get into more of those when we actually set up our tarp. But now we learned how to turn a cheap tarp into a perfectly good and usable tarp. Now we learn how to make a quick and easy ridge line to hang it from. So experiment for yourself. Practice tying your knots. And until next time, this is Matt, the old Florida boy. I'll see you on trail.